What's up, ladies and gentlemen? We're here to talk about amazing things that are happening in the comic book world, the movie world, specifically Wonder Woman, right?
Yes.
I'm Stephen Korka from Korka Comics.
Juan.
Why don't you say your last name?
Doesn't matter.
Of course it matters. What if we become internet sensations?
Juan Alvarez from Korka Comics.
Your name is not Juan. His name is not Juan Alvarez. His name is Juan Farrak. Anyways, we're here to talk about wonderful things happening in the world of comic books, movies, and all the fun stuff. Here at Korka Comics in Miami, located on 107th and 8th Street across from FIU. We have another location in Pembroke Pines on Pines Boulevard, just east of University Drive, across from Perry Airport. Check us out. We're open 7 days a week, and we are the unofficial, but if you ask me, we should be the official best place to get your pop figures in all of South Florida. You know, the biggest selection at the best price everywhere, out of any store, comic shop, other place.
In this or any multiverse.
Yes.
Hola, mommy.
Hola, mommy.
Hola.
Yes, that's Senorita Farage. Did I say that right? Senorita? Is that how you say Mrs.?
My mom is definitely not a señorita.
Well, how do you say Mrs.?
Señora.
Señora.
Senor. Why not Senorita?
Señorita means that's my mother.
Señorita sin marido.
What's that mean?
She's not. If she
No
was.
married.
Oh, gotcha.
And also,
Adios.
señorita could mean if she was a señorita, then I'm the next coming of Christ.
Yes, because he wouldn't be born.
Oh.
Okay. All right.
I got you. Thank you. Thank you for a Spanish lesson right there. Okay, so she's Senora Farage.
Señora.
Senora. Anyways, so like I said, we are the best pop selection, and you know, nothing against our comic book store peers. We wish everyone good luck, and more comic stores means more people are reading. But we really are the best place in town.
I want them all to die.
Well, I do not agree with that. As owner and proprietor of the store, I cannot honestly say that. However, we are the best.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I agree.
And are we gonna have a heckler? Is
Yes.
Batsy gonna just be a heckler the whole time?
Yes, because I'm busy working, actually.
Okay. Wow. We have a heckler whose name is Batsy.
No, it's not.
Anyways, so like I was saying, we have the best pop selection. And here's this. Since we are talking about Wonder Woman, we have just some Wonder Woman pops here. We don't have the actual Wonder Woman movie pop because we sold out, because this is where people come to get their shit. They don't go to they go to Hot Topic because they got the exclusives, but we got them too, right?
Yeah, and cheaper.
Cheaper, best price. Absolutely.
And how about if you mention this podcast, you get 10% off Wonder Woman stuff for today?
I like that. Speaking of Wonder Woman, in the comic book world, it was Wonder Woman Day on Saturday. If you missed it, we are sorry, but you can come to our store still, and we might have some Wonder Woman swagger for you, right? Do we still have some?
Do we still have the crowns that gave them out on Wonder Woman Day?
Bring the comics.
The crowns are gone?
Yeah.
I was hoping the crowns were here so I could wear one right
I'm
now.
away on Saturday.
But if you mention this podcast, you're getting 10% off all Wonder Woman stuff for today. Why not?
You know what? I'm the owner. I'll give you 10% off the entire store. You know? Today only if you mention this podcast.
And Wonder Woman.
And which would include Wonder Woman. So, enough crap. Let's get right into it. Let's talk about Wonder Woman. Just heads up, someone yelled at me last time who watched our podcast because we talked about Alien Covenant and didn't mention that there were spoilers. There are going to be spoilers in this. If you have not... Yeah, someone really did. They were like, hey, what the fuck? You did that. So there is definitely going to be spoilers.
We did you a favor. You owe us an apology, whoever yelled at us.
Well, so there are going to be spoilers. If you have not seen Wonder Woman, beware. You can continue watching or not. But anyways, we're going to talk about Wonder Woman right now. You could join me in that song whenever you feel like it.
Absolutely never.
This heckler will just not shut the fuck up.
He's so cheery.
He's so,
so happy.
full of Batsy joy.
So full of life.
Yeah. I'm going to make it my point to embarrass the hell out of him if he continues to interrupt our show.
It's almost like he doesn't work here.
Nope.
Anyways, talk about Wonder Woman. Right off the bat, Juan, what'd you think? Did you like it? Give me a few words without getting too in depth. Did you like it or hate it?
I liked it.
You liked it.
I liked it.
You liked it.
I wouldn't say amazing, but I liked it.
Amazing.
You liked it.
It's definitely the best DC movie in a very long time.
The best DC movie in a very long time.
Yeah.
Okay, since when?
The second Nolan Batman.
So you're saying everything after The Dark Knight was not better than Wonder Woman?
Absolutely not. So all the new stuff since Snyder took over. So Man of Steel was not, Batman vs Superman was not, and Suicide Squad was not. Wonder Woman is definitely better than all of those.
Okay, and Dark Knight Rises too.
And Dark Knight Rises, yeah.
Okay. I do not agree with you at all. At all. I know I'm gonna get a lot of haters right now. Listen, it's not a sexist comment. It's nothing about the women. Let's get this underway right now. First of all, I think it's amazing that we finally have a major female lead headlining a movie of this caliber, of this budget. Now, for those of you fuckers out there that want to say Catwoman or Elektra, like just go suck one, because those are not in the same caliber as this movie. Would you agree?
No, because they're women.
That doesn't make any sense.
Well, they're women that are headlining the movie.
But that's what Wonder Woman is. That's what I'm trying to say. Like,
right. So this is not the first one.
But
you're wrong.
If you want to get technical,
yeah, I'm getting technical.
But it's not. Listen, Catwoman and Elektra budgets weren't the same. It didn't have the same backing. It didn't have the same marketing. They treated
I don't know. Catwoman had Halle Berry, a huge actress. Elektra was that horse face. What's her name?
Jennifer Garner.
Jennifer Garner.
Alias.
Yeah.
But it wasn't backed by the studio in the same way this movie was backed. This movie was on the same level as any of their other superhero movies for the most part.
Or do you think it ended up being that way?
No,
do you think they had the intention of making this as big as it was, or were they hedging?
So, wait, does that mean you're shortchanging my comment of this being a major milestone for female heroines?
No. I think it is. Also, especially because the director was a female. So that's also pretty huge. I think this is the biggest opening for a movie.
Over 200 million already.
It is.
It's breaking some records, so it's a good thing.
It is the biggest female director opening.
Right.
It's not the biggest opening ever.
No.
But it definitely is the biggest. Domestically, it made over $100 million.
Right, just over 100.
Domestically.
Yeah, and then international was at least another 100 million.
Yeah. So it's on course to do really well. But let's not jump for joy and get all crazy right now, because Batman vs Superman did great in its first weekend, as did Suicide Squad. Come weekend 2, it tanked.
But those movies sucked.
Well, see, here's where we're gonna differ here. Juan's comment was that Wonder Woman is the best DC movie to happen since The Dark Knight. I'm gonna respectfully disagree with you and say that it is not better than Dark Knight Rises. I do not.
The Bane one?
The Bane one. I don't think it's better than The Dark Knight Rises.
That's weird, because you're a liberal.
It is not better than Man of Steel. It is not better than Suicide Squad.
That is.
It is. You know what? I don't think. And wait. I don't think it's better than Batman vs Superman either. And I will tell you why. I don't think it's better than any of those movies.
I like them both, but
you know.
And other than misogyny, what would be your?
No. Here, let's all right. Before I get into why all that, let's talk. Let's focus on the movie. So let's talk about what was great about the movie.
Robin Wright was fantastic.
Everything on
as her aunt.
Look, everything.
What was her name? Isn't that it? Robin
Wright. Yeah.
Right.
From House of Cards.
She played.
Her aunt.
Her aunt. Yeah.
Her aunt. Tomato. Right.
Right. All the Amazons were fantastic.
The whole Themyscira scene was great.
awesome.
Everything was great. Everything happening there was amazing. I love Steve Trevor. I like Chris Pine. I thought Steve Trevor was great. I thought Chris Pine did a great job. And here's what I didn't like when they got to London.
Well, should we just like
Listen, what
step by step?
No, we don't do step by step.
Because you're skipping over that fight scene on the beach, which was amazing.
The fight scene on the beach was amazing. It was great. I mean, bow and arrows against guns. I don't know.
But it looked good, and not only did it look good, it made it seem plausible. Like it could actually happen. Like the Amazons had a chance.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, but I think realistically that wouldn't have happened. I think the guys with the guns would have probably won eventually. But it is a movie.
It's a movie.
But yeah, the fight scenes were great. They totally changed her origin, by the way, too. Her origin, for you guys that read comic books, since we are a comic book store, we don't hardly ever talk about comic books.
Well, she's still made of clay.
They said she's made of clay,
and I think that was actually pretty brave of DC to do, to not take the New 52 approach to Wonder Woman.
But
and it's not, who was it? Who animated her originally? It was Aphrodite, right?
I don't know.
It was not Zeus originally.
No, it was.
Was it Zeus?
Yeah, it was always Zeus.
Okay.
All I know is that in the origin in the comic books, she fights. You have to fight to go with Steve Trevor, and it's like a battle, and whoever wins out of the Amazonians goes.
Right.
In this one, they did not stick to that at all. They had her being, I'm going with or without you. You have to accept it, and that's what it ended up being. So they totally changed her origin in that sense. For all you purists, you will probably hate it, like one of our guys.
It was fine.
In Pine. He might be bothered by the origin.
You could be bothered a little bit, but I don't think it really does much to change the story.
Yeah, it doesn't do anything. No, I don't think so either. Like Juan said, the fight scene on the beach, amazing. It was really cool to see, the fog and then go through it, and all of a sudden it's in sunny wherever the hell they were, and the dome that covered everything. That was great. Steve Trevor, like I mentioned, was great. Nice little tongue.
He's weird.
There were nice little tongue-in-cheek, funny moments between him and Diana.
Well, Gal Gadot, can we talk about her?
We could talk about Gal Gadot.
For all of you,
I heard it's Gal Gadot.
I don't care what it is. For all of you that don't believe in God, she's proof.
She is beautiful. Her accent comes from Israel. If you guys didn't know, it's an Israeli accent, and
which is why that movie is banned in Lebanon.
From what I understand, also it's everyone on Themyscira.
I love you, Juan.
Everyone that played the Themyscira Amazonian warriors had to learn her accent because she, as an actress, for whatever reason, she doesn't know how to shake the Israeli accent in her acting.
Well, everyone should accommodate to Gal Gadot.
Well, she was hot, and I remember when they casted her, everyone was like, "Oh, she's not muscular.
Yeah.
She's too thin. She doesn't look like power. She's just whatever." They wanted a butch like muscle chick, but Gal Gadot did great, looks great, beautiful girl.
And not just beautiful, she actually looks like she's a warrior, like a badass warrior.
Absolutely.
She pulled off both aspects of Wonder Woman, which is not easy to do because either you're too feminine or not feminine enough.
Here was my problem though with the movie, and where I thought everything on Themyscira was great. What really fucked me up was when we got to London. I thought it got boring. I thought it was all about jokes. And her in a dress and all that shit, like it just.
Oh yeah, the Pretty Woman thing.
Very. I like that. Good
example. But don't you think that maybe that's like a kind of a little poke at the whole Pretty Woman idea, the whole woman being rescued?
I don't know if that's on purpose.
I mean, that's what it felt like because it was long and drawn out. So it wasn't just it was in there on purpose, like. Yeah, they had to be saying something.
Yes, they had to, but either way, it was a down moment. I thought it was like,
I understand what they were doing. It didn't really bother me. Plus, it also gave him the opportunity to name Diana Prince.
Yes, it did.
Right, because she was going to introduce herself as a princess, so he cuts her off and says Prince. So that's where she gets her identity, Diana Prince. Originally in the comics, I think she bought the identity from some nurse that wanted to go off and get married, so she took her identity. So this was a good way in the movie to do it quickly.
Okay, I didn't know that. All right. Either way, I didn't like the London stuff. I don't know how you felt about it. I mean,
well, London's dark and gloomy.
Yeah, it was just whatever. And then it felt very Captain America-y. First Avenger. They assembled their crew just like the Howling Commandos.
Right.
and it was a mix of weird characters, and I just to go to the front lines of the Germans, you know, and it's, I don't know, I was bored in that part. I really was. I really was.
As far as I know, they haven't done one for about 2 years.
Where they're traveling?
Just where they assembled the crew of the 3 or 4 guys.
Oh, that was, yeah. I mean,
you know,
that was
and
that was pretty derivative.
yeah, and then like, in all honesty, Themyscira into the No Man's Land scene when she went on the battlefield out of the trench, that whole section I was just bored with. You know, it seemed like an
When she rushed the front lines?
No.
Oh.
The front line, Themyscira to the front lines. That middle section in between there, I was like, whatever. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like it seemed like just a bunch of jokes. It seemed like it like.
Well, they did some character building with Chief, with a sniper that can't shoot people anymore.
They
They had to do something because the whole point, I think it all like helped build up to the end of the movie.
I agree, but I think it's one of the down parts of the movie.
It was a little slow, but it was necessary for the end to have the impact that it does.
Well, so anyways, we get to the front, we get to the trench, the thing which they call No Man's Land. Mm-hmm. In my opinion, that's the best part of the movie. When she gets out of the trench, you know, shows herself in the full
that was
get-up,
pretty
and
insane.
just crosses the No Man's Land, goes into town,
and the shield on the machine gun
kills everybody, like goes into the bell tower and like destroys the sniper, like.
It was like a 15-minute action sequence.
I don't know if it was that long, but it was definitely. It felt long, but it was perfect. It was never boring. In my opinion, it is the best part of the movie, and is the best action sequence of the movie.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. I think it's the best action sequence of any DC movie.
No.
Including the Dark Knight trilogy.
No.
Have a nice day, guys.
Have a nice day. Thank you. They just got a ton of pops because we are the best place to get pops in all of South Florida. At the best price. Just saying. Anyways. So, I mean, listen, it's not the best fight scene in the whole DC
Her with
universe.
the shield and that machine gun, that was amazing.
It is not the best. No, she did it in Batman vs Superman against Doomsday.
This was better.
Actually, in all honesty, the trench scene, the No Man's Land scene, was almost, in a weird way, a recreation of the Doomsday scene with her Batman and Superman. As far as the stuff she was doing.
I don't know. I like
the only thing that we saw a little bit more this time was she was using the lasso way the fuck more.
Which was awesome.
Awesome indeed.
Here, like, the action sequences are different from, like, for instance, Batman. All they ever do in the Batman movies, anytime he's going to fight, they do a close-up, and all you see is, like, arms and chests. And you don't understand what's really happening. And this one, the action was well-defined, and you understood everything that happened, and that's why it was so amazing.
It was good. I'm not hating on it. I'm not saying it's a big piece of shit. I'm saying it is the best action sequence in this movie. I don't think it's the best.
No, in this movie,
out of all the movies.
yeah.
I think that statement's fucking bullshit.
Do you think maybe you liked the movie less because you felt it blew its load too early?
You know what? I will say this: with me thinking that's the best scene in the movie, it made the ending kind of.
Because if that led to the end.
It made the ending shit for me.
Right, because then what happened is after that scene, and then they go to the German to see the Germans. It's the movie's like slows down again.
Yes.
And you just went through this whole climatic moment
it
where
slows
you saw
down.
Wonder Woman.
They're in the castle, and right now all we know is the villains are this general guy. What movie was that guy in? I've seen him before.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know either.
He's been in a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, but and then Dr. Poison, who actually was a creepy bitch. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, she was super creepy.
Yeah, but these were your villains, and they were supposed to be Ares. You know, the general was supposed to be Ares, which is the god of war. If you guys study Greek mythology or read Wonder Woman. But yeah, the castle scene was cute, tongue in cheek at times, whatever, but not really not amazing. And then they blow up the town. Wonder Woman like freaks out and goes on a mission to go after the general who she claims is Ares. Fights him. He has some pill that makes him like a super soldier that Dr. Poison created.
Which that is supposed to be laying the groundwork for Venom for Bane later down the road.
Batsy says that is the groundwork to lay down the Venom for Bane later down the road.
If that was cocaine, I wanted some.
Okay. well, anyways, whatever. He was a lame villain, and we come to find out that Ares actually does exist, but Ares, thank you, whatever, fuck off. Ares really does exist, but he's the leader of the British Parliament or Army, whatever the fuck he was. I don't know.
Spoiler.
Yeah, spoiler. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a little twist. Whatever. That was unnecessary.
Yeah, it was whatever. So then here we are at the climactic scene at the end. It's so much like Suicide Squad and Batman vs Superman, and where the fight is in the dark, where there's shit flying around, where there's explosions. It's like Zack Snyder's fucking, trademark. The movie has to end with some big fight scene in the dark with fire.
No, but I thought it was well done, man.
I thought it was fucking lame. I thought the only thing good about the end fight scene was the fact that Ares reveals himself in his costume.
Yeah, the costume was actually also well done. Ares looked like a total and complete badass, by the way.
Ares did look like a...
But you know what was awesome is when she finally turned into Wonder Woman and like everything slowed down and they filmed it with like that red hue and she was just wrecking everybody. You don't remember that part? That was pretty fucking amazing.
Yeah, it happened on Themyscira too when her aunt went to go...
No, but this time, after it happens, it seems like time slowed down for her. Right? And she just like went through all the Nazis, which was great.
They weren't Nazis, by the way.
Nazis.
No, they were Germans of the First World War. Let's talk about that for a second.
Nazis.
Interesting for them to go after World War One. We never see World War One as the backdrop for anything anymore.
Well, it's way more boring than World War II.
I mean, it's a pretty... Sorry to the veterans. That was a horrible statement on his behalf.
No, just a little more boring.
Yeah.
I'm not saying anything about that.
Dude, it was a bad war. I mean, let's not downplay World War One.
No, but we don't talk about it as much because World War II was so much more. Like history-wise.
It was, but World War One was vicious. Let's not mistake that.
All wars are vicious.
All wars, yes, absolutely. Good call. Anyways, so one of them was fighting Ares, and meanwhile Steve Trevor is going to go blow up a plane, and sacrifice himself. Which spoilers.
I mean, I want to take this moment to look out there and talk to all you white people. I want to thank all you white, blonde, hair, blue-eyed guys for always saving us.
Is that it? Is that what you want to say?
Yes, thank you, white people.
Captain America, like.
I mean, World War I caused World War II.
I mean, couldn't Wonder Woman have just done it? Did she have to really believe in the power of love?
Well, here's what I don't get. I don't think that they established a good relationship between Steve and Diana to establish love.
Well, he told her that he loved her.
At the very end,
Yeah,
before he goes
yeah.
to kill himself, but he was only... How long was he really with her?
Gal
A couple
Gadot,
weeks?
I loved you since the first time I saw you.
It's Gal Gadot.
I'll call you whatever you want.
Yeah. Anyways.
Now got it.
Anyways, so I mean, here's my problem with what they did to Steve. Steve was, I think, a great character, probably one of the better characters out of all of them. How much? The fact that he sacrificed himself and that was like the big thing that made her go into full Wonder Woman mode. What happened?
He hasn't seen it.
He hasn't seen it yet, so it's spoiled right
He
now.
thought the spoilers were done.
No, the spoilers aren't fucking done.
Steve Trevor, he dies.
Steve Trevor dies
He does.
in a plane crash.
Well, obviously,
In a plane explosion.
This is taking place in like 1930s. He has to be dead by the time Justice League comes around.
It actually took place.
So he does
not in the 30s.
sacrifice
Yeah.
himself, you were saying.
How much better would it have been, and how much more emotional would it have been if he didn't die, and instead we see him die of old age, and Diana is reminded of the mortality of the people around her.
Yes.
She watches her love age and deteriorate
He died
to
anyway.
nothing, and but he dies. She loses him to natural causes, something she cannot control, something that she can't change. That is more tugging at the heart than, oh, I'm going to save the day.
Sounds super boring, man.
No way, man. That would have made me cry. Okay?
Oh, like Up?
Dude, I cried like a fucking
That
baby.
that was bad.
If you didn't,
With the old lady, I cried like a bitch.
if you didn't cry in Up, you have no soul.
Yeah, that
clearly.
was, yeah.
Like just check yourself into whatever and go die yourself.
So you were thinking they should have had an Up montage, like a montage of death?
No.
No, not like a 6 Feet Under ending. No, I'm not saying like that. I'm saying like just you know, we see her later on in life reflect, and Steve Trevor dies of old age, and she's reminded of the mortality of the people around her, and it's the one thing she can't control. She can't save him. He's dying, you know. Versus she could have saved the day, and Steve didn't have to go kill himself. There could have been another way, I'm sure. She's fucking Wonder Woman. I think that's a cop out. You know, I think that's poor writing. Which the movie was co-written by Zack Snyder. Zack Snyder's got his hands all over it.
Zack Snyder is terrible.
So
They need to finish with Zack Snyder, like seriously, man.
So-
he did Sucker Punch. I mean, come on.
So, I think they did a disservice to the character, Steve Trevor. I love Steve Trevor in the comics. I loved him in the movie. I just think the way he went out was kind of a cop-out. I mean, he took the hero's journey, but
I mean, the thing is, I didn't care about him. I mean, I thought Wonder Woman was just so amazing that I just really didn't care. I'm like, I don't care if I'm never going to see him again.
Wonder Woman was amazing.
Plus, he's weird looking.
Yeah. And let's not forget, you know, Bruce Wayne kind of made a cameo through paper, you know?
Right, the Wayne Enterprises chart.
Wayne Enterprise left their little note and stuff like that, too, just to remind us that it's all connected. There was no teaser scene at the end of the movie with roll credits or anything like that. There was no other attachment to the DC universe at all in this movie other than the Wayne Enterprises and the little note from Bruce.
Right. By the way, guys, there is no after credit scene. Do not waste your time.
I just said that.
I must have been thinking about going home.
Yeah. So, wow, we're spoiling it for quite a few people in the shop today. Sorry. Okay. Anyways, all right. Steve Trevor dies, if you didn't know, in a plane explosion, and she kills Ares, the god of war.
Yeah.
Which in the comics would make her the god of war, but she's not going to be the god of war.
Isn't she the God of War in the comics?
In the she was. You would know if you were reading instead of watching iZombie.
iZombie is a fantastic show.
So, anyways, overall, good movie. Good movie. I liked it, but I don't think it was better than any of the other DC movies.
So, another thing I want to say about that now that you said that, I liked it. I thought it was a great movie. And I did watch it with Steve on Thursday night, but I didn't get a chance to this weekend, but I'm actually excited to take my daughter to go see Wonder Woman, and I think it's fantastic for parents who have a little girl and they want them to have a good role model or a superhero on film, and I think it's a really good thing.
I agree, and that ties into our point that we said earlier.
Marvel, how many movies in and they don't have a female lead?
And let's be real, their female lead is going to be Captain fucking Marvel.
Yeah, Captain Marvel.
So fucking lame.
Right, and then the women that Marvel do, right? Like I said before, Marvel writes women terribly. You have just women that are interchangeable, right? And Wonder Woman is actually
look. Marvel has a gender identity crisis happening right now, where they're turning everything they have into female characters. Which nothing against the ladies, but Iron Man shouldn't be a girl. Thor shouldn't be a girl. Hawkeye shouldn't be a girl.
Hawkeye could see a little more.
No. You want to know why?
Hawkeye's not a superhero.
Yeah, he's just a hero.
He's a bow and arrow dude.
It doesn't matter. He's considered fucking
Women can shoot bow and arrows.
Yeah,
I promise.
Okay, but don't get rid of Clint and don't call the bitch Hawkeye.
Wow.
Okay?
What did she ask Hawkeye?
Like seriously. Like.
And Thor, I agree with you on Thor. It's a little and Iron Man. I mean,
again,
there was a female Iron Man before, though, right?
Yeah, she was called like Rescue or something.
Yeah, Rescue.
Like that. Yeah. Call the girl. Put the girl in the iron suit, but don't call her fucking Iron Man. You know? But, yeah, she went to MIT.
Did go to MIT.
She went to MIT. No, look. Riri Williams in the comics is great. You know, she's a good character. I'm enjoying it. The fact that Tony Stark is an AI is an interesting twist of the way to keep him involved still without him being involved. But whatever. But Marvel has a really shitty group of girls.
Yeah.
And none of them are good enough to hold their own in a movie, unfortunately. No.
I mean, it took them, but that's not fair to say because the last time they tried a Wonder Woman movie was what?
It doesn't
like
matter.
30
dude.
years ago?
It doesn't fucking matter. Just look at the characters as a whole.
If
Wonder
you-
Woman is fucking Wonder Woman. And then what does Marvel have to go against Wonder Woman? You know, Superman is to DC what Captain America is to Marvel.
Well, Marvel just doesn't have a Wonder Woman.
Batman is to DC what Spider-Man is to Marvel. Wonder Woman is to DC as nothing.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So Marvel, you need to fucking get on your game because right now you're just looking like a bunch of sexist pigs that are trying to be politically correct by turning all your male characters into females, which is fucking lame and which is why your sales suck right now.
Yeah, where's the Cuban superheroes?
They're eating bananas.
Like, I mean, really, they got Jason Momoa for Aquaman?
I mean, whatever. They're making an Aquaman movie. It should be good. Hey, we're getting way off the fuck off topic. Let's go back to Wonder Woman real quick. Wonder Woman was good. I agree with Juan. If you have a daughter, if you have a niece, if you have a cousin,
Or a son?
if you're part
Boys
of
could see that movie too.
if you're part of a Big Brothers Big Sisters group or whatever, something like that, bring them to see Wonder Woman. It really is inspirational and it really is groundbreaking and kudos to DC Entertainment, kudos to Warner Brothers for putting the backing behind such a it really is an ambitious thing that they did and it is a first. Yo dude, yo. Yo, fuck. And so these Magic guys, they get intense. By the way, Magic drafts every Monday 7 o'clock.
At 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock. So here's why I think it's not better than any of the DC movies. And without going into every DC movie, I got to give my brief summaries, okay? We can all agree it's not better than Dark Knight, right?
No, it's not.
It's not better than Dark Knight. I don't think it's better than Dark Knight Rises because even though Dark Knight Rises was basically Batman Begins chewed up and spit out again, Batman Begins was amazing, which makes Dark Knight Rises amazing, and Christopher Nolan really just did a good job. His movies were a little longer than they had to be, but they were still amazing.
I mean, I really like Dark Knight Rises because, you know, it was against the Occupy Wall Street movement, and it was a statement against that whole group. So I personally liked it politically, but not as much as Wonder Woman.
Catwoman was great. Bane, even though he talked like this,
I like the
was
voice.
still.
I like the voice.
Like,
I thought it was good.
it was fine. It was
How crazy is that the first appearance of Venom has gone up like $150 ever since Hardy was announced that he was going to play him. That's how awesome he is.
That's what happens. That's what happens. So
Yeah.
but
So-
it's basically it's for that reason Wonder Woman is not better than Dark Knight Rises. Man of Steel, fucking
Terrible.
amazing, underrated fucking DC movie. Okay, Man of Steel is great.
For those of
Man
you
of
that
Steel-
don't know, the symbol on Superman's chest stands for gloomy, depressed, malcontent.
No,
Oh, no, it stands for hope,
No,
but
no, fuck you and suck my dick, alright? Man of Steel is fucking great, okay?
Man of Steel would.
No, and this
He's
is
all sad and has
look,
identity crisis.
Look, this is why, look, first of all, we have never seen fucking Krypton the way we saw it in Man of Steel.
That was cool.
Okay?
10 minutes.
Russell Crowe was amazing as fucking Jor-El.
10 minutes.
Okay? Michael Shannon fucking nailed Zod. Zod was fucking great. Tell me that's bullshit.
Did Morrison do Superman?
Who?
Morrison?
Grant?
Yeah.
The writer?
Yeah.
What do you do, Superman? Did he write
Did
that?
he write Superman?
That movie?
No, the comic.
Yeah, he did.
He did, yeah. So
he
he
did,
was
he
on
did
the-
for all seasons or whatever.
That movie was basically what Grant Morrison would have done.
All right, well, whatever. It was fucking great. And you want to know
Terrible.
what? The fight scenes between Superman and the other Kryptonians and Zod flying in space flying in the air at high speeds and punching each other. Like, you have never seen that type of shit before. Like, Man of Steel showed us Superman in a way we have never seen Superman before.
Because he's usually not a dark and gloomy malcontent.
No, fuck you. It was fucking great. Suck my dick. Anyways, Man of Steel was great, and it blows fucking Wonder Woman away, alright? Wonder Woman blows Man of Steel. Anyways, so,
My brother?
Batman vs. Superman was better than Wonder Woman as well.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely so. This is why. Let's think about Batman vs. Superman for a second. First of all, they kill fucking Jimmy Olsen in the first 5 minutes. Okay? Alright? They kill fucking Jimmy Olsen, which was a bold fucking move.
Not the real Jimmy Olsen.
Alright, they kill fucking Jimmy Olsen in the first 5 minutes. Second, they blow up fucking Congress.
That was the first time we ever saw Congress get blown up
Like, now listen,
in a movie ever.
listen, it's not.
That was groundbreaking.
I'm not saying
That's like every Mel Gibson Patriot movie.
Look, fuck off. All right,
They blew up
listen,
the White House.
listen, and listen.
94, they blew up the White
Bat-
House. Who cares? Yeah.
It's a fucking superhero movie. They're doing it in a Superman movie that they're blowing up the fucking Capitol building. That shit just does not fucking happen, dude.
And how does Superman react?
He fucking goes into exile or whatever, yeah.
I'm dark and gloomy.
What? Dude, fuck you, okay? Whatever.
Like,
and listen,
what the hell?
Listen, and Batman was great. Ben Affleck was great
Okay,
for
so
all you
that was- yeah,
haters.
that
I
was
would
good.
agree.
Jeremy Irons showed me the best Alfred I've ever seen on screen.
Gotham.
MI6.
Gotham is a better Alfred.
Jeremy Irons' fucking Alfred is the best Alfred I've ever
If
fucking
you've
seen.
never seen Gotham, I'd agree with that.
I've seen like the first 8 episodes of season
Alfred's
1.
amazing.
And I was like, this is
Gotham
stupid.
Alfred sounds like he's been smoking for like 100 years.
I figured that he would, man. That guy's a badass.
Wait, people actually watch Gotham?
Right.
amazing.
And the worst part about Man of Steel was probably the end. But that was the worst part of Suicide Squad. And that's the worst part about Wonder Woman. Do we see a trend here? They're all controlled by Zack Snyder, and the endings are the worst. They end horribly. Suicide Squad ended because it was bad because Enchantress, instead of being scary and like a real fucking villain that we're scared of, is instead doing like some belly dancing shit. And I'm whatever.
Yeah, and then what's Killer Croc? He could have anything in the world, wanted BET.
Yeah, I know. Yes, yeah, that was bad too. So, I mean, let's be real about something. DC suffers from a problem because they got Zack Snyder's dick up their ass too much. But
So, what do you think? Do you think that them having
Joss Whedon?
Joss Whedon come on board, do you think that's going to make a difference?
I think it's going to make a difference, but I'm worried about it because I'm worried it's going to get too much like Marvel, get too light, get too funny, and get too Disney. I like the fact that DC wants to be dark and they want to be more adult. I just think the writing can do better, and I think that's where they suffer.
But Joss Whedon will bring that.
But is he going to make it tongue-in-cheek like he does the Marvel movies? That's my thing.
I mean, it's going to be kind of hard to do it tonight, Lee. I think it'll fit the character.
I mean, I think we can all expect that Batgirl is going to be like a kooky, teeny, Barbie
Right.
fucking movie. But
Burnside.
like, I want the darkness. That's what I loved about Man of Steel. That's what I loved about the Nolan stuff. That's what I loved about Batman vs.
Well,
Superman.
my life and soul
You
is
know?
complete darkness, so I'd like a little light from the outside.
Okay, well, then watch your fucking Marvel movies, all right? And jerk off to them. I don't know what to say. Anyway, so overall, Wonder Woman, it is a great movie. You should go see it. It's a great superhero flick. It's got a lot to offer. It's got a few flaws, but all these fucking movies do nowadays. I haven't seen... Logan was fucking great, though.
Logan was fantastic.
Logan, kudos Fox. Logan's on DVD now. We weren't able to talk about Logan because we weren't doing this shit when Logan came
Watching
out.
in black and white.
Watch it in everything. Watch it in everything. Watch it in slow-mo so you feel like you're just constantly under a Professor X fucking migraine.
That was great. The way they deconstructed Professor X, that was fantastic.
Logan, hands the fuck down. Kudos Fox. Kudos fucking all that shit. Logan, so far, is the best movie I've seen all year. You know?
Oh, for sure. And up there in the pantheon of best comic book movies, I believe.
Top 5.
Without even thinking about it.
Top
It has
5
to
for
be.
sure. Yeah, Logan was fucking great, but Wonder Woman was good. It's flawed, and I think the villains are flawed. DC has a problem with villains, even in their comics. They don't have the best. They don't have the. They don't have the best. Sorry. They don't have the best magic guys. They don't have the best villains, so I don't know.
I mean, they had an excellent villain called Lex Luthor, and they completely fucking botched in the movie that you think is better than Wonder Woman.
It was a different interpretation. It wasn't the best interpretation, but
But
it
they
wasn't
have
bad.
good villains. I mean, they're just probably just waiting on them. Like Darkseid, you don't think he's going to be great?
Depends how they interpret him. If they interpret him like they interpret Lex Luthor,
And in this
or fucking-
universe,
or fucking Ares, no.
And they did kind of fuck up Joker. That was disgusting.
Yes, Jared Leto. Like, what the fuck is that? You know?
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, you want to fuck my girl?
But yeah, but Darkseid is someone that we can look forward to.
Hopefully, we'll see. If he's gonna be in Justice League, we
Who
don't
else,
know.
Rich?
Black Manta.
Black Manta.
Black Magic could be good.
Yeah, you know.
Right. And what's Wonder Woman if they do a sequel? Because they're already talking about sequel. Like they're done, right?
For
What villain?
Wonder Woman, Cheetah.
Oh, that's awful.
Cheetah.
That's awful.
Cheetah would be cool.
That was just not really
What?
a good, like, scheming.
Yeah, right.
Cheetah.
The girl from Thundercats, like
No, she's not from Thundercats, but
That's
yeah.
Chitara.
yeah. Girl
Yeah.
from Thundercats.
Batsy.
No, I know what it is. I did on
Batsy
purpose.
wants to get on camera so bad.
Do
No,
you
I
want to
don't.
be on camera?
No, I don't.
Yeah. Anyways. Ah.
30% off this thing. Please, somebody come buy this.
All right, so enough of us bullshitting. Our little person Susie, who's showing some cleavage tonight. I'm just saying it's out there. I gotta talk about it. If you want to see Susie in cleavage, come check us out. She's here today. All right, it's true, Susie. All right, anyways. So anybody saying anything?
You want to see my cleavage? $20, $50 for a table dance. I'm trying to get out of this place, please.
She's also wearing mermaid tights, which is appropriate for the weather. It's raining like cats and dogs here in South Florida, which is nothing new.
Weird expression.
Yeah.
In here too.
Yeah.
Yeah, in here too.
Susie, anyways, do we have any questions, any comments from our viewers?
People agree that the movie is great.
Of course.
And Danny DeVito says Batman versus Superman was ass.
Okay.
And that DC has a problem with the quality of their film.
That's what Danny DeVito says?
Yes.
It's not the
Danny
actual
DeVito.
Danny DeVito, right?
No, he's insane. The real Danny DeVito's insane.
The real Danny DeVito.
Have you seen him in Sunny in Philadelphia?
Look, the real
Holy shit,
Danny
what
DeVito was in one of the best fucking movies ever in the comic
Twins.
books. Batman Returns.
Batman Returns.
Okay, hands down. Batman Returns. Batman Returns, hands down, is the best Batman movie ever.
Twins.
But we can get into that later. Anyways. Is that it? So does Batman vs Superman sucks ass, and they all agree that the movie's wonderful?
Yeah. And some guy says he loves the store.
Oh,
That he
thank you.
wants to visit the Pine store too.
Go on and visit Pine Store. Absolutely.
Mention this podcast. Get 10% off. Everything in the store.
The ceilings are a little lower in the Pine Store.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, these are getting lower as well in the back.
Yeah. But
Are you gonna force me to watch The Mummy?
yes, we're definitely gonna watch The Mummy because Universal's launching their Dark Universe because their vampire movie that came out 2-3 years ago bombed, so they pretended that never happened.
I will say this: Tom Cruise has never made a bad movie.
Tom Cruise has never made a bad movie. We could spend fucking 2 hours talking about Tom
We
Cruise.
really could.
Because listen, I'm not fucking gay. Nothing against gay people, but I'm not fucking gay. But if I was, I'd be gay for Tom Cruise.
I kind of am.
Alright, because Tom Cruise makes great movies. You know, Jerry Maguire, fucking, you know, fucking
Days of Thunder.
Top Gun, Color of Money, Last Samurai,
Vanilla Sky.
Vanilla Sky. Oh, like seriously, Vanilla Sky.
That was a fucking great movie.
So good. I can keep going. Jack Reacher.
Dude, how about that? The Groundhog Day movie. Even that was great.
What Groundhog Day movie? Oh, Edge of Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Fucking underrated. If you haven't seen
Yeah,
Edge of
Edge of
Tomorrow,
Tomorrow's fantastic.
go see fucking Edge of Tomorrow.
In fact, just see every Tom Cruise movie.
Every Tom Cruise
Risky
movie.
Business.
Risky Business. That's my fucking shit right there.
We should do a Tom Cruise.
You know, I used to love Risky Business when I was a kid because, you know, that movie came out when I was a kid, and I'd be like, Mom, I love that fucking movie, you know? And my mom would be like, yeah, sure you love it because it's about hookers and shit like that. So she thought I wanted to look at the tits
Don't
and shit.
forget Legend.
You know, Legend was probably like one of the more like, but
You saw
It was different for Tom Cruise.
it was different.
Because
Yeah.
Minority Report has to be one.
Minority
of the best
Report.
ones, too,
Wait,
yeah.
let's
So
not talk.
many.
We're not gonna talk about
Cruise.
Tom Cruise. Maybe
So good.
Maybe we'll watch The Mummy, talk about The Mummy for like 5 minutes,
and then like Tom Cruise.
and then just
movies.
like suck Tom Cruise's dick for the rest of the
It's
podcast.
gonna get pornographic
And just
next
be
week,
like,
guys.
Tom Cruise, yeah, Tom
Yeah.
Cruise.
Pornographic Tom Cruise talk next week.
Absolutely. Anyways, go see Wonder Woman. It is amazing. Kudos to Warner Brothers for putting out a female superhero movie that's worth a damn. And you know, make your own judgment. You know. Other than that, Korka Comics down in Miami, down in Pembroke Pines. We're open 7 days a week. The best pop selection in all of South Florida. It's no bullshit. And the best price. Like, that's no bullshit. It's for real. I'm Stephen Korka.
I'm Juan Farage.
Thank you very much. Take care, ladies and
Later.
gentlemen.